Welcome everyone, I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
with single Sarah on the side.
Oh
Sarah showed up during the second episode,
Why is my alarm on?
about halfway through
That's
anyway.
not a thing.
And this is our live recap and review of the second episode of Stranger Things Season 2. This one's called Trick or Treat Freak. And that phrase actually kind of
Was said in the show.
it kind of brought in what I think is probably the coolest reveal to this point. This I'm gonna go ahead and get it out of the way. This episode got a 10 from me.
Yeah, this was really good. It was a 10.
Yeah, it was perfect. It actually,
You got the fuss button up, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it never got turned off.
Alright, just making sure.
But yeah, it got, holy crap, I mean, it had scares, it had lots of jump scares. It was set up right, the pacing was perfect, it had a lot of drama.
Yes.
I never thought, now I've got my character list up because
Sweet.
I've been having an issue
Yes.
remembering everybody's names.
Well, I mean, that's my issue, too.
And,
Like that dude and this brother and that.
okay, so Steve is the boyfriend.
Yes.
Nancy is the girlfriend.
Right.
And this, like, played heavily on them. I never thought I'd see the part where Steve would be the voice of reason and the
Right.
whole thing. They totally swapped roles, and it's kind of been going on since the first of the season. Whereas he was kind of like the guy you rooted against. Now she is. But it's not really her fault.
I wouldn't say we're rooting against her.
No,
It's
but
just she's having a hard time dealing, whereas it was with him before.
Yeah, he was able to, I guess he's able to deal with crap a lot better. He's able to distance himself from it. Of course, Barbara wasn't his best friend either.
Right.
And she's not really handling it too well. So, anyway, we've got that whole deal. She goes, gets drunk at a party. Here's the thing, like, what's his name? Jonathan, Will's older brother, shows up at the party right after all this crap goes on. He, like, meets that girl in the Kiss costume, and she actually seemed like sudden, just out of nowhere, like, hey, hit it off, that kind of thing. And do you think that's going to go anywhere, or was that just
No, I think that was just there.
one time thing? But I think that might be their way of trying to push him into, like, the social, limelight. Like, hey, it isn't so bad to be around other people, which I still don't buy that. It's horrible being around people.
Especially people you don't know.
I could, like, so relate to him. Like, totally.
I can see that.
Don't like going anywhere. Hate talking to people. Leave me alone.
Listening to your Talking Heads records.
I'm going
if you were that era.
Yeah. I'm going to go over here and live in my bedroom. I did. That was me. That was me. So I could totally relate to him.
Too.
So anyway, he's got that going on. He decides to let Will go trick-or-treating with everybody. It's like the first time he's been at a family site probably in a year.
Yeah.
And so he goes running around with them, and he ends up getting, I don't know if he's pushed down by somebody or if he just fell.
He was pushed down.
Okay, so
when
he has this freaking vision of, like, this giant tentacle monster, and this thing is huge.
Oh God, it was huge.
And
it was amazing.
it sees him and starts
That is
coming
also
after
what
him.
she
And
said.
right as soon as he goes and hides down these steps around the corner, and you could see him, like, slithering down the steps coming towards him. And as soon as it grabs him, like it's somebody else, it's like Mike, I think, had like grabbed him. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, and snapped him out of it. It
was,
takes somebody physically snapping him out of him.
Yeah.
For him to come out.
Now, we have that, and they end up having a conversation at the end, and he's kind of starting to open up, to his buddy Mike about this, and so that I don't know. To me, that was, to this point, that is the scariest scene to me since the beginning of the entire series.
Oh.
Because this, I mean, while the other, the Demogorgon or whatever it was called from season 1,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but a few well-timed shotgun blasts and some fire can get rid of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to take like military grade
Right.
stuff. We're going to take a handful of Tomahawk missiles and some tanks to get rid of this thing, and that's if we're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
This thing has like apocalypse written on it. I don't know how that'll work. I don't think this is. I don't know.
Just so you know, Devasso and Carpoon are both on.
Excellent. That's very
Yes.
good to know. You'll have to watch the chat because
Oh,
I've got my episode or my
You're
character
good.
list pulled up. So you could tell. I don't know the name. I don't even think they've given his name yet. Sean Astin's character.
Yes,
who
it's
is dating
Bob,
Bob.
I
Okay.
believe. Yeah.
That is dating Will of Jonathan's mom,
Mm-hmm.
who is played by Winona Ryder, by the way, and he seems to be kind of bringing her out of the overprotective, post-traumatic
He's
stress
trying
mother
to.
stage,
He's trying his
and
best.
it's not really working.
No. To
But
the point, he's like trying to get her to move out of the house.
yeah, and you can see little glimpses here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got that. We've got Max.
Thompson's on too.
Huh?
Thompson's on.
Holy
too.
crap, everybody.
Yeah, they're joining.
Hey, you're going to help Sarah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right after this, it may be a bonus Skyrim stream.
Probably. I
And,
figured as much.
There's going to be a bonus Skyrim stream in store for everybody.
I
So,
figured you'd stream after I left.
10 or 12 minutes after this ends, look for me to hop back on Skyrim and we'll make a night out of it.
Spoilers here? Yes, Carpoon.
Yes, spoilers. Ultimate spoilers.
Joseph's on too.
If y'all...
Joseph from UNN.
Is that seriously what it...
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Chicken nugget.
Yes, the chicken nugget.
But yeah, absolutely. This, in my opinion, is the best episode of the series so far. We're getting glimpses of how 11 ended up in that house. To begin with,
And that was what you really wanted to
yes,
know.
that got this a 10. Sure as hell.
I knew as soon as they
Um,
started trying to... They didn't even finish explaining it. I just knew them starting to explain it would make you so happy you'd give this episode a 10.
Yeah, because we just talked about in the last review, that was the minus 0.5 as I was left wondering. And now we're starting to give Lonnie the payoff on episode 2. So you know what?
Chicken nuggets. Chicken nugget is Joseph's nickname. That's my son. Joseph from UNN.
Yeah,
You see him in the
he's
chat.
upstairs
Yeah, he's
watching.
upstairs watching us because we are not letting him on camera.
Well, we do sometimes, but not on
reviews.
not on like Stranger Things and
Yeah.
the more adult stuff.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, what was, yeah, they started to explain, and whenever they first did the flashback, and they showed the squirrel and everything, I was thinking that she was giving herself, it's like she was basically playing it in her head, what would happen if I went out after this
No.
squirrel. That was what I was thinking
No,
when
the squirrel triggered a memory. Oh, I knew that right ahead.
I didn't. I was thinking she was like, I'm going to go out after this squirrel. And then she started thinking, well, what would happen if I did? But then I was like, but there's snow on the ground. And
I knew as soon as it showed the snow that it was a past memory.
yeah, but I mean, the fact that she had her longer hair kind of threw me off because I was thinking that's what was like kind of a scenario.
Well, it was
playing
like a
in her head.
halfway. It
Yeah.
wasn't as long as it.
But
She'd been out there a minute though.
yeah. Oh yeah, also, if you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button, like our video, and at the top of the video description, down at the bottom, it's giving you the instructions up there, but down at the bottom, there's the link to our Google application. You can fill it out, attach a screenshot to it, and you'll be entered to win a November Loot Crate, which we're going to draw November 11th. But yeah, I honestly thought that was a hypothetical playing in her head. I mean, it just... But once the second flashback rolled around, I was like, yep, here we are. Because, she found the Eggos that were left at the end of season 1, and it all, like, we're starting to work out. And so I'm like, you know what, we're good. It's probably going to take all season to show exactly what
Probably.
happened. But we're good. I know now. It's starting to pay off. How many episodes did we finally settle, like, exactly how many episodes are in this season?
I don't know.
9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dang it. How many was last season? I don't remember. Wasn't it 8?
Okay, number 1. This episode was called Trick or Treat Freak.
Uh-huh.
The next episode is called Chapter 3, The Pollywog, which I'm almost betting is what is in that garbage can. What is in that garbage can is... Does the garbage can contain the monster that Will puked up?
I'll bet, yeah.
What would be the freaking odds of it ending up in Dustin's trash can?
I don't know.
Unless it's maybe drawn to him.
Maybe.
I don't know. But there's something weird afoot. So the episode ends with Dustin, the lisp kid. He comes home from trick-or-treating. There's rattling in the garbage can. And he opens it up and has like this holy shit moment. So he looks, and then the end of the episode.
I know.
So
like,
as soon as Amber
crap.
leaves, I'm going to watch and find out what exactly it was.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And not really.
Not really. You've already promised them Skyrim.
What'd I say, 9 episodes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've gotten 2 out of the way.
7 more to
We're
go.
going to do these next 7 over the next 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be done by the end of the weekend.
It will be.
That is the goal, to review every single
We can
episode
do
of
that.
Stranger Things
That
over
ain't
the
nothing.
weekend. Yeah, it's going to take about 4 hours a day, but we'll have it.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm giving this episode a solid 10. It had
too.
lots of drama with the boyfriend-girlfriend thing.
Mm-hmm.
We actually got to see Max finally join the group, but she didn't know what to make of Will's little PTSD deal.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. She didn't even really witness it, per se. And the thing is like, the 2 that asked her to join the group were the only ones hanging out.
She's a good person with an asshole brother.
Yes.
That's exactly what we're looking at.
And Will and Mike, they were just kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
They weren't really hanging, because Mike's jealous, obviously, because he misses 11.
Yep.
And
And he probably feels like they're just trying to replace her.
mm-hmm.
Right. Now, 11 did use her powers.
To see him.
She's tempting fate by doing this sensory deprivation thing. She's going to end up, number 1, either getting caught by the government people. They're going to know she's still out there. Or number 2, the fucking monster is going to find her.
Probably the second one. Before the first.
So...
Both will happen, but it's probably the second one before the first.
Yeah. And, like, she's just doing her own thing. And nothing good ever comes. I don't care if it's Stranger Things. I don't care if it's some random run-of-the-mill horror movie. I don't care if it's just your basic thriller on HBO. Nothing good ever comes of striking out on your own and doing stuff in secret.
Fuck no, it doesn't.
Never. It's like, I'm just going to do this because whoever I'm with doesn't know any better.
Or for that matter, just Mike trying to reach out to her on the walkie-talkie. That's not going to...
That's not a good idea.
That's not a good idea at all.
Somebody's listening.
Yeah,
I guarantee
yeah,
there's government people out there somewhere with a scanner just waiting for him to catch something. Because they're going to listen for at least a year before they give up.
Here we are a year later.
Until they find the body of 11, until they find her body, they are going to be
I can't wait
surveilling.
to see, how the other children play into this. We saw in the first episode.
There was an 8.
See, I'm thinking, you wanted to say it's going to take, military power. It's going to take all these children together to get rid of this.
Boom, there we go. And you notice we didn't see any of the others in this
Not this
episode
one.
that we know of.
I'm anxious. I'm so anxious. That's what I'm excited most about.
I'm kind of wondering what the whole Max angle is.
That's just another...
I'm not
dynamic.
thinking she's some superpower that just
No, it's just some... It's another dynamic in the
I'm,
group.
I'm also really curious to see why they're in the town.
Oh, yeah, because, the brother blames her, but obviously it was probably him.
It almost seems like they're living together with no parents. I kind of get that vibe.
Maybe. Either that or with parents that don't give a shit.
Yeah.
One or the other.
He's a psycho
and it really put off like an abuse vibe between them.
I mean, I don't really wish death on a lot of characters, but I'd like to see him get impaled on a tentacle before the end of the season. Just saying. What do we like?
Joseph's, I don't know what he's talking about, but anyway.
Oh. All right. Well, anyway, I guess we're going to be doing a Skyrim stream here shortly, and or I will be. Oh my God, we lost a subscriber over the past couple hours. Shame on you, deserter.
Shame, shame. Know your name.
Yeah, I'm going to get me a bell. It's like, you know what? You can't leave, because I'm banhammering you. But
please don't shake that too hard. It looks like it's going to fall apart.
it ain't, because I put it together.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Everybody like my loot crate? Mjolnir banhammer?
How many
Boom.
hands does it take to break it?
Huh?
Can I find out?
You like the banhammer?
How many bams does it take to break it? Can she find out?
No, leave it alone.
Bam, bam.
Bam, bam,
Bam,
bam,
bam.
bam.
Bam, bam.
You ever see that Family Guy episode where, what was it? Cleveland's wife was sleeping with Quagmire, and Peter was like trying to tell him about it, and he was like, bam, 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 and he was like, take it from here, bam, bam. He's like, bam, bam, and he like looks over, and he was like, what about you, Emerald? And Emerald's like, bam.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
That was an interesting scene. But yeah, the banhammer. I actually, if I had like the scripting that I could do right, I would actually write UNN banhammer across the side. Because, there's a big blank space here just looking for an inscription. Just looking for it. On the other side too. Whosoever wields this hammer possesses the power of the UNN banhammer. Whatever. I was going to go somewhere with that. It just didn't.
No, you kind of lost it.
Okay.
Anyway,
yes. 10. You're giving it a perfect score too?
Yeah, that was
10's across the board. What do you, Sarah? You going to give it a 5 just because you only saw half of it?
I mean, I give it 10. I like the 30 minutes that I saw of it.
Hey, look, she just watched 30 minutes.
She gave it
10
based
the
on
ending. It played the Ghostbusters, so.
Oh, I played the Ghostbusters theme at the ending.
Oh yeah, that it did.
Yes.
The actual Ghostbusters theme. It
He
wasn't
acted
like
he was a Ghostbuster, so.
Yeah, they went as Ghostbusters of Halloween, and that was so cool. Their outfits were homemade, and it was precious.
Which is interesting because Ghostbusters were pretty popular this year too. I think part of it may have been because of the Stranger Things trailer.
Probably so. They thought, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
No, I think it was probably because of the awesome all-female movie that came out last year.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And everybody loved it so much, and they felt like they would, pay homage to the...
Did
you watch it?
No.
Have you seen it?
No.
He wants to watch it.
I really badly want to watch it.
He likes Melissa McCarthy. So.
I do. I'm in love with Melissa. She's going to marry me one day. She just don't know it.
Okay.
Anyway, now that I've got the creepy part out of the way, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Remember, shortly, just in a few minutes after I have a chance to say goodbyes and get me a drink and just get me like a syringe of caffeine to shoot into my veins, we will be doing some Skyrim. I don't know what in the heck I'm going to be doing tonight on that game, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, any final thoughts, Amber?
No.
Any final thoughts, single Sarah on the side?
No.
SOS.
SOS.
Sarah on the side.
Help me. No.
Someone help me. SOS. I know that song. That's ABBA.
What? I was seeing Rihanna.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anyway, we're going to go ahead and call it a night.
Sorry.
See you, everybody, here in about 10 minutes.
Bye.
Hop on, watch me play some Skyrim. At least until Amber gets back, maybe later. It's going to be an all-nighter. Not really. Anyway, Everybody have a good night. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
With Single Sarah on the side. And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. This has been the Stranger Things Season 2, Episode 2, Trick or Treat Freak review, recap, live here on Untitled Nerd Network.